Welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, August 25th, 2017. I'm Fredicia Liebert. The tourism industry on Nevis saw an influx of 92 million EC dollars in the first 6 months of this year, starting in January and ending in June. The announcement was made by Chief Executive Officer at the Nevis Tourism Authority, Greg Phillip, who explained that with the peak tourism season just around the corner, the NTA is just getting started. Phillip outlined the success of the NTA.
We can now speak confidently of numbers up to the end of June this year, the first half of this year. Based on the figures that we can see, we can recognize that it's almost 92 million EC dollars that have been generated in the tourism industry here in Nevis.
The CEO explained that the analysis was based on January to June 2016.
If we're talking comparatively, where are we now with those figures versus last year? Well, we're right on par with last year, and that's only halfway through this year. So when we compare first half of 2017 to first half of 2016, we're just about in the same area as far as revenues within the tourism industry. So that to me speaks a lot.
Phillip also added that the projection for the rest of the year is expected to be just as beneficial.
We at the Nevis Tourism Authority are quite pleased with how the first part of the year has gone, and we're truly expecting that we're going to fully meet our targets for the rest of the months in this year. We really believe that the end of this year is going to be much better than the beginning of the year.
Phillip explained that the NTA is working on implementing initiatives to boost tourist arrival on the island through creating an awareness of the island. Some of the initiatives include the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival, the Triathlon, as well as the Nevis Travel Symposium of Romance. The Department of Education held a principals training workshop in preparation for the upcoming academic school year. Principal Education Officer Paul Z. Wilkin was present at the workshop and delivered brief remarks.
As system leaders at the Department of Education and in schools, there are a number of goals we have to meet in order to improve the lives and educational outcomes of the young people we serve. These goals span the international, regional, national, local, school level. And we can't meet these goals effectively or efficiently if we work in isolation. We must come together as a team if we are to realize all of our goals.
The facilitators for the workshop included Zanella Claxton and Dr. Neva Pemberton, who highlighted the linkages between global sustainable development goals, the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, regional strategies, and the national policies in St. Kitts and Nevis. Director of the Department of Social Services, Sandra Maynard, also made a presentation sensitizing the principals to the Child Protection Act and ways in which the school, the Department of Education and Social Services must collaborate to ensure that all children are safe and well cared for. Members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Department, St. Kitts Division and the Nevis Division participated in a workshop earlier today at the Nevis Disaster Management Department's conference room, hosted under the theme Improving Efficiency in Service Delivery. In delivering brief remarks at the opening ceremony, Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Ministry, Wakely Daniel, underscored the significance.
Professional development sessions are meant to assist each of you. You'll be assisted in that you'll be able to maintain the skills and knowledge which are quite relevant to your profession. You'll be able to keep abreast, keep a pace with all of the current information, norms, the practices, and the standards of your profession. In short, the professional development session that you're about to have this morning will assist you in your learning, in your continued learning. It will assist you in your continued development as professional labor officers. being a labor officer is becoming more and more challenging. Why? Because you have employers who are trying to exploit their employees. You have employees who are trying to get the best, shortchange the employers. And you, the labor officers, have to act as a buffer between both parties. As we often said, you are the first, the last line of defense that the government and the people of this country have when it comes to labor issues. You, by your actions or inactions, can create civility or anarchy in the workplace.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour on St. Kitts, Ron Dublin Collins, provided the participants with words of encouragement.
At the end of it, the idea is to improve the quality of our service. And so I want to invite you this morning to gain as much as you can from this session. Much thought has gone into the coordination and planning of it so that we can be better positioned. And also to use the opportunity to address the various daily challenges that you face. They can be resolved here. We have the authorities on all the areas right here in this room. And so we can begin the process of addressing those areas that challenge you, the areas that we may not be very clear on, and ensure that we are part and parcel of the process as we continue to improve the department here in St. Kitts and Nevis.
The workshop included presentations on creating a culture of professionalism in the workspace, the organizational structure, roles and responsibilities, strategic planning for various units, goal setting, situation analysis for policy and international relations, employment services, social protection services, industrial relations, and occupational safety and health. Also included in the ceremony was a special presentation made to Labour Officer Jacqueline Shiverton Pemberton for her contribution, hard work, and continued dedication to the Department of Labour in St. Kitts and Nevis. Still to come, 61 members of SKNDF named for Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal. The details when we return.
Truly, one of the few places that has an untouched beauty that has captivated the hearts of many. Nevis is everything you imagine.
Welcome back. 61 serving, retired and resigned members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force, SKNDF, were named for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal in recognition of their long and outstanding service. The medals were presented by Deputy Governor-General His Excellency Michael Morton to those present during the Basic Military Course number 19 passing out parade on August 17th. The Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal was established in 2012 to commemorate 60 years of reign by Britain's Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It is presented to persons who are currently serving, retired or resigned from the military, police, prison and emergency forces having served a minimum of 15 years on or before February 6, 2012. That date marked 60th anniversary of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's accession to the throne. At previous ceremonies, officers of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, the Fire and Rescue Services and Her Majesty's Prison had also received awards for their service to the country. And finally, the Ministry and Department of Education, along with the University of the West Indies UWI Open Campus, Nevis, relocated to their original headquarters at Marion Heights. Delivering remarks was Principal Education Officer Palsy Wilkin.
I am very pleased to report to the general public that the Ministry and the Department of Education are now back at the Marian Heights complex. We moved out of the Marian Heights building some time ago to accommodate renovations being done to the building. We relocated to the Pinnies, to a site at Pinnies, and now that renovations have been done to the Marian Heights, those renovations have been completed, we are now operating out of the Marian Heights building. It's more comfortable. We are now in more spacious and better environment.
She also used the opportunity to thank the NIA for accommodating the staff at the newly renovated Marian Heights location. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.